The following is a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. For more information, please visit our website at dallasgenealogy.org.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us here, both those of you here at the library and also those of you online. We're glad to have you at our general meeting this morning for the Dallas Genealogical Society, and we'll go ahead and get started here at 11 o'clock. Our meeting minutes are available on our website, so if you would like to, if you're interested, I hope you had a chance to go on there and review those. So we'll ask if anybody, either online or here in person, has corrections to the minutes. Does anybody have any corrections to the minutes for our last meeting? Okay, hearing none, I will go ahead and mark those as approved. We have our financial summary for the month of February. This is just a brief breakdown of where we stand with our balances for our accounts. Does anybody have any questions about that, either online or in person? And if you're online, just feel free to unmute and ask any question you might have. Okay, hearing none, we will move along with that. We have a financial review every year at our society, and this is our internal audit. This is our way of checking out, making our finances are in shape and that we're being transparent and we're spending your money judiciously. And I'll be glad to tell you that our audit passed with flying colors this year. Thank you to our treasurer, Susan Rainwater, who keeps that in check for us. So thank you very much, Susan. Okay, there we go. We would love to have you contribute to our newsletter. And our newsletter is published about 10 times a year, I think. And not every month, but certainly regularly throughout the year. There's two ways you can do that. One is an initiative we've got going called Out of the Attic. If you find any old records or old artifacts in your attic or stuck away in the back corner of a closet or maybe in your cousin's closet, wherever, if any interesting family history, mementos or letters, we would love to hear about those. You can just write a short description of what it is, or if you would like to write a short article, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 paragraphs, and send that to newsletter@dallasgenealogy.org. We would love to hear about that. Also, this year, our writing contest, the subject is families on the move. This is immigration, migration, whether your family came here from China or Germany or England, or whether they just moved across the country or to the next state. And you have an interesting story about that. We would love to have you write an article about those immigration and migration stories. So we would love to have you send that. And again, send those to newsletter@dallasgenealogy.org. We have some new additions to our website. Our web team keeps on making our website better and better and better. And thank you guys and gals very much for doing that. This is our frequently asked questions page, which was added recently. And if you have a question about maybe how things work at DGS or you don't understand something, you're more than welcome to contact us, but it might be faster for you if before you contact us, check out this frequently asked questions page to maybe find the answer to your questions. And so there's a lot of different things on here about your actual account on our website or your credit card information or how do you attend meetings, things like that. So it can be a big help. Also, a new addition to our website is we put something on here about committees. We're hoping that many of you will want to volunteer for us. DGS, as you know, is an all-volunteer organization. We do not have any paid staff whatsoever. So we rely on all of you to help us move forward with what we're trying to do. And we have several committees that help us with that. And this is some information about those committees. So if you would like to check that out and then send us an email, and we would love to have you as a volunteer to join part of the team. So we have our seminar season is kicking off next month. In our spring seminar is going to be on April 22nd, and that is going to be Judy Russell talking about research in the law and how knowing the law for the area your ancestors were living can help you find your ancestors because of the things you learned. So that's going to be a great thing to learn to help you in your research, especially if you run into a brick wall and you can't quite get past it. Learning the law a lot of times can help you get some insight as to what your ancestors may have been doing. Judy will be here in person, but as usual, this will also be live streamed. So we would love to have you here at the library with us, but if you're not able to do that, you can join us online. Any questions about that? Okay. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but it's 3 weeks before April 22nd. So we also have our summer and fall seminars after that. On July 22nd, Cindy Engel will be with us. She is the founder of Cindy's List, who a lot of you
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear me?
On the bridge, are you hearing anything?
I can hear fine.
Okay.
Yep, I can hear fine too.
Okay.
I can hear fine.
Thank you.
Thank
Same
you.
here.
Yeah, I don't want to ramble on with nobody knowing what I'm saying. So, Cindy is the founder of Cindy's List. A lot of you are familiar with that. And she's going to be talking to us about how we mine the World Wide Web for our genealogy information. And there is thousands and thousands of websites out there that are repositories for records. And so she's going to help us make sense out of all that. In October the 21st, Michael Strauss will be with us, and he's going to be talking about 20th century wars. I think a lot of us are familiar with how to research the Revolutionary War and the Civil War, and now that the War of 1812 records have come online, we're familiar with that also. But I think a lot of us, including me, struggle with, how do I research the wars in the 20th century, the world wars, and then Korea and then Vietnam. So he's going to be talking to us about that, helping us figure all that out. Our upcoming meetings, our next month is Christopher Bryant will be with us. He's going to be helping us know how to merge our DNA results with our traditional genealogy and figure out where our ancestors were and what they were up to using those means. And then May 6th is our award celebration and banquet, but we haven't figured out yet how to feed you over Zoom. So if you're a member and you want a free meal, you need to come down to the library and we'll be glad to feed you. I should have mentioned that that's free for DGS members, but it's $15 a piece for your guests. But we would love to have as many of you as would like to come down to the library and join us for that. You can also find out about any other events, and we've got a lot of stuff going on. Our special interest groups are meeting, and on our calendar, we also list societies within a 2-county radius that are that send us notices about their activities. So you can find out about a lot of other things as well as everything that we're up to, which is quite a bit in itself, just by clicking on the events tab on our webpage. We have a couple of committees going right now, and we would love to have all of your input on that, whether you're here in person or online, either one. The first one is our nominating committee, and we elect every year society leaders to lead our society for the next year. This year we have 3 vacancies: president, vice president, and secretary. So we would love to have your input on who you think would be a good officer for those positions. Or if you would like to volunteer for those positions, we'd also like to hear from you on that too, because like I said, we're all volunteer organization and we need people to help us out. So the other thing we have going on is our awards committee. And this is where we recognize people that have gone over and above and put a lot of work into helping our organization and helping genealogy as a whole, as a, I don't know what you call this, as a interest or a organ, this help genealogy in general. So you can Get to that, go to the events tab and click on annual awards. When you get to that page, you'll see these links down here for the awards. If you click on those links, it's going to give you a description of what the criteria are for that award. So you can see what you're nominating someone for. And it'll also have a form to allow you to nominate somebody. So be sure to click on that. Also, when you're on that page, you'll see over to the right-hand side of the page, at least on if you're looking on a PC, but somewhere on there will be a link to register for the awards banquet. So that's where you go and register for the awards banquet in May. So, like I said earlier, we need people to assist in leading our organization for next year. And I can't emphasize enough that this all works, all the things that we accomplish. And for those of you who are not familiar, this society does a lot for genealogy in general. So not only helping out the genealogy section of the library here, but making all of our education online virtual. But we need people that just doesn't happen by itself. So we need people to help us do that. So we would really love to hear your input, either about someone who you think would be a good leader for our society for the next year, or if you would like to do that yourself, please give us, contact us and let us know that you'd be willing to do that. It's not an overwhelming job. I can tell you from experience after being on the board of directors for probably 5 or 6 years, this is very much of a team. It's not like we're going to throw you against the wall and see if you stick. We're going to help you out. I mean, the role I'm moving into is past president, and the past president's main job is to help the president. So you're going to have plenty of help, plenty of people willing to guide you and answer any questions you have. We just need people willing to serve in those positions. So please consider doing that. So our speaker today and our Director of Education, Patty Smith, is in Salt Lake City as we speak, attending Roots Tech. So I'm going to introduce Jake today.
This has been a production of the Dallas Genealogical Society. If you're already a member, thank you. Your fees have been supporting these and other society activities. If you're not yet a member, please consider joining now. Go to dallasgenealogy.org and click on the membership tab.